Hello everyone and welcome back to Sunrise Tarot. My name is Leah and today I'm doing a reading for the sign of Cancer for the month of December. Please remember that this is a general reading. There will be some parts that do not resonate with you. Only take the parts that do and leave the rest. You may also want to check out your other signs as well. Also, I've already meditated on the cards. I've already shuffled the cards. And this is a spread that I have for you today, dear Cancer. In the past position, we have the Ten of Wands, clarified by the Five of Pentacles. In the obstacle position, we have Justice, clarified by the Three of Wands. In the present position, we have the Ten of Cups, clarified by the Hermit. And of course, in the outcome position, we have the Five of Wands, clarified by the Two of Pentacles. So in the past position, we have the Ten of Wands, which is a card that suggests you may have felt in the past where you were kind of carrying a lot of responsibility on your shoulders, kind of carrying the whole world, feeling overwhelmed by it. It could be that in love you were much more invested into a relationship and sort of doing everything around the home, and that proved to be a little bit difficult. It could be that at work you were carrying a lot of responsibilities. Perhaps others weren't as working as hard, and everything kind of fell to you. But definitely there was a pretty significant struggle. And clarified by the Five of Pentacles suggests that there was most likely it was money related as well. Because as we know, the Five of Pentacles represents spending a little bit more than a person earns. It represents feeling out in the cold. It represents financial hardship. So this is a little bit of a warning. It's not a major warning. Otherwise it would be in the top row. But in the bottom row, the Five of Pentacles is kind of like a reminder from the divine to keep an eye out on the finances. Make sure that whatever most important bills are paid and things are covered in such a way that you're able to move forward. But again, this is a wonderful card to have in the past position. It is behind you. It is something that you were able to overcome. You definitely learned a lot from overcoming struggles. You were able to kind of have crisis management, where you were able to figure out a way how to get through it, and how to learn from that experience as well. In the obstacle position, we've got Justice, clarified by the Three of Wands. Justice is a major arcana card, and it is in the obstacle position, suggesting that you may feel like something has been done unfair towards you. Perhaps it is a person that has affected you in such a way where you feel you were treated unfairly. Perhaps it's a situation that you may have found yourself in where you felt like things did not turn out in your favor, even though clearly it should have been in your favor. It could be legal issues for some, because of course Justice is represented by Libra, and it's all about court. It's a court card, well-known court card, so it could be that you may be speaking with an attorney, kind of involving services of an attorney. It could be that for others of you, you may find yourself in a little bit of restricted way where you can't act according to your desires, because there's something that keeps you limited in a way. It could be that you are afraid to make a mistake as well, where you are restricted in that sort of way. And this card is not in the obstacle position, is not the best when it comes to making decisions. It kind of directs you in the wrong direction when you've got Justice in the obstacle position. So definitely, if you're able to postpone making decisions, that would be most advisable. Definitely the major arcana card in the obstacle position is a significant, if you will, worry. It is it could be that some of you are finding yourselves in the same pattern again, where you are kind of repeating the same pattern and repeating the same pattern, and as a result there is a little bit of disappointment and inconvenience that majorly kind of delays progress, if you will. The Three of Wands is generally a really positive card. Anytime you have a card with a warm yellowish background, it's really wonderful. And of course, this person is standing on high ground and he's looking out into the harbor and he sees these ships coming and going. So it's a person who usually is able to see opportunity, have a higher perspective than others, and sort of have an advantage in that way. But in the obstacle position, the Three of Wands, of course, means the opposite. It could be that you are having a difficult time seeing opportunities. It could be that you're having a difficult time obtaining those rewards or payoffs that perhaps you expected to have at certain point. And of course that is connected with justice. It does seem that justice here is being delayed, and so the divine here points that you want to practice patience and that you want to practice balance and that things are going to turn out into your favor. It just requires more patience as there is realignment going on. But sometimes we tend to kind of internalize things and blame ourselves and immediately point, fingers at us. Whereas, with a little bit of patience, with a little bit of meditation, with a little bit of kind of connecting with our, deep down emotions, that allows us to actually see things in a bigger picture and realize that, that delay is not going to affect overall things in such a negative way. I mean, in the present position, you have the Ten of Cups, which is fulfillment. This is, having it all. This is happiness. This is contentment. This is a wish card, and it's yes. Definitely, in December, you're going to experience really a moment of bliss. You're going to experience something profoundly moving and really it's going to affect you in an amazing, powerful way. Of course, it could be related to the holidays because the holidays are coming up, and so families do gather. Some may be doing it virtually, but the holidays are coming up, and so when there's gifts being exchanged, everyone in a generally happy mood, definitely there's going to be a moment of bliss that you're going to experience that's going to give you a little bit of air beneath your wings. That's really going to give you a little bit of pep in your step. That's going to kind of give you a little bit of willpower, and strength and ambition and the desire to want to look forward. Now, it is clarified by the Hermit. Now, remember that, the clarifiers are not the major position cards. So you will have a little bit of an energy where you are going to want to be, a little alone perhaps and have a moment of solitude. Perhaps, in order to reflect on things that have been happening over the last few months, perhaps reflect on this delay in justice and delay in kind of opportunity coming forward or to fruition, if you will. And so the Hermit always makes us wiser, and we do need those moments where we feel kind of one with the universe because it opens channels to the subconscious, it opens channels to wisdom, it opens channels. We are our own best teacher. No one can explain something to you as well as you can explain to yourself. And so sometimes moments of solitude are important in order to appreciate those really epic, wonderful, important moments and memories in our life. You will have a little bit of a conflict moment towards the end of December, because the Five of Wands is, of course, a card of standing your ground. It's a card where people are, this is not necessarily disagreeing in a way where you'll have swords, you know. The wands are still, you know, the wands, and the disagreement here is more verbal. It's kind of standing your ground and believing, having faith in, you know, what you're standing up for, and kind of, it could be a clashing of personalities. It could be that you are not agreeing with someone over a course of progression. But definitely, the Five of Wands is a reminder from the divine that you may want to, you know, do it in a diplomatic way. You may want to kind of disagree with others without burning too many bridges, without kind of taking it onto the next level. The Two of Wands is a clarifier in this position, and definitely suggests that there's going to be a little bit of imbalance that you may find yourself in, because the Two of Pentacles is usually about juggling different responsibilities, while having a little bit of an emotional roller coaster, because you have the ships in the background here kind of going up and down, signifying that you may on the inside feel a little bit disappointed or irritated, frustrated maybe by some events that have taken place. But the Two of Pentacles urges you to adapt, to change, to go with the flow, to be grateful for what you have, and, you know, use it to the best of your ability. And definitely, you know, succeed through hard work, through investing your time into something, through investing your time and energy in, you know, whatever it is that is important to you. It could be that, you know, perhaps in a relationship, on a family level or on a friendship level, you're having a little bit of a disagreement. It could be that perhaps at work you're seeing, you know, things differently from someone else, and as a result of that, there's a little bit of kind of a, you know, disagreement that takes place. But the Five of Wands also brings you an opportunity, and definitely towards the end of December, you're going to feel lighter, and you're going to feel like you are able to handle, you know, much more complex things much easier. So there is going to be, you know, progress in that area. But let's see what we can clarify with the three energy oracle cards that I pulled, and they are, we've got Angel of Balance, Blossoming Abundance, and Financial Constraints. So definitely Blossoming Abundance relates to the Ten of Cups. You're definitely going to feel really happy on a family level. Things are going, you know, right for you in that department. You're going to sort of reap, you know, the rewards, even though they may be coming in the beginning of the 2021, of the next year. And of course, the Angel of Balance is, I think, the main message here in this spread, you know, because you have the Justice card, which is about balance. You also have the Two of Pentacles, which is also about balance. The divine is reminding you that you want to spend equal time in all, you know, areas of your life, where you spend some equal time in your personal life and work life. Make sure that you focus on your health. Make sure that you focus on your social connections as well. This card reminds us to honor our choices. You know, remain conscious about how you're balancing your goals and your physical and emotional energy. You know, if you're focusing too much on the physical energy but not the emotional energy, that means you are going to be out of balance. If you're focusing on one friend rather than and not on the other friend, then there's going to be a little bit of imbalance there. And of course, financial constraints is a reminder that you may want to watch how you spend your money and have a really good sturdy budget in place. This is going to be holiday time, so sometimes people overspend, because everyone wants to be generous, and some people show love through giving gifts. So definitely make sure that you watch how much you spend throughout the month of December. Let's see what answers from angels I've got, and they are: be assertive, unlikely, and listen to your intuition. So definitely these are really powerful cards. The Divine reminds you that you want to kind of speak your mind in a very, very clear way, so that people kind of take you seriously and people hear you, and people hear that you are that you mean what you say, because when you ask sometimes nicely, sometimes people sort of ignore that. So make sure you speak up and make sure that you are heard. And the unlikely card is about patience. There is something that the Divine is still working on, and the alignment of that is not fully complete. So patience is required on your part. And of course, when in doubt, listen to your intuition. You kind of know what's best for you, so follow your intuition, follow your mind, follow your heart, and any type of conflict that you may find yourself in, if you follow your intuition, you're going to be just fine. But overall, this is a really positive spread, especially with the Ten of Cups. That's a really wonderful bliss moment that you're going to experience. Make sure that you get plenty of rest, make sure that you meditate, make sure that you kind of turn off the white noise and other people's opinions and other people's words. It's important to center yourself. It's important to focus on how you feel on the inside, and that is what the Hermit reminds us to do, because it balances our emotions, and it balances our thoughts, which is definitely very useful when you are trying to move toward a goal and accomplish a goal, and generally just have a wonderful enjoyable existence, if you will. I hope you enjoyed this reading, Cancer. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for visiting my channel, and I will see you next time.